Hello everyone, I'm Dragon Whoop and welcome back to Terraria. In the last episode we got our butts kicked by the dungeon. And yeah, not too proud of it, but what can you do? The dungeon is super hard. So now, in this episode, I want to show everybody how I am going forth and trying to farm for the Biome Keys for each of the chests inside the dungeon, so that way we can get their nice, delicious goodies that are inside. So, put a lot of this stuff up from last episode, and basically let's get started. The ingredients that you will need will be buckets. We'll need at least maybe 1 bucket, 2 buckets if you want to make sure the things are going to die. So what we're going to do here quickly is make a bucket. Whoops. I think I can make a bucket with... I rarely ever make buckets. I need to be at the anvil, yeah? Wow. What is the deal here? Craft. There we go. Bucket. Takes 3 lead/iron bars. So 3 lead or 3 iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 buckets. And I'm going to... Whoops. I'm going to go through my house real fast and quick stack so I can get these... So, yeah, there we go. Next, now that we've got the 2 buckets, we need to head down our little elevator area here and go get some lava. Normally you only need 1 bucket of lava for, I think it's 15 blocks. I think that's what it is. Anyway, you get 15 blocks across and you place 1 bucket of lava. There's just enough lava in the bottom where it will start damaging enemies. Oh yeah, this is not our elevator. What am I thinking? Our elevator is over here. And speaking of which, I gotta figure some way of getting this corruption out of here, but that's okay. So here we go. We're going down. We're gonna go to an area where there's gonna be lava, and then I'm gonna grab 2 buckets. And then we're going to head to the biome of choice. I'm going to start with the corruption biome because it's like right there at the house. And then we can use the same setup basically for all the other biomes as well. And if you want to get fancy, you can use some hoodoo wiring or some fancy wiring to make it... make it easier. Oh, we almost got crushed. Not close enough. So let's dig over just a little bit. There's 2 buckets. Alright, head back to the surface. Now, there's a very simple setup. And like I said, you can get more complex as you want the further in you go. So basically what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a wide open area. And as you can see, a lot of these guys, Eater of the Worlds or Eater of Souls, they're going to be spawning underneath this big giant platform that we created when we were trying to get across it without dying too much. So a lot of this is basically we're going to have to take a lot of this up. Which, I mean, not too much of it. I mean, just enough where we can get them to spawn. And this looks like a good area. So you want to make sure that the area above it is clean and clear. And then you want to dig down. Don't want to dig down too far, but you want to dig down. And you want to make sure it's all nice and cleared out. No sneaky business with the hidden blocks. And you go down. Oh, come on, guys, leave me alone. I'm trying to do a tutorial here. Okay. And you want to make sure that the sides that you got are smooth. You don't want any like hiccups where the creatures that you're wanting to get into your trap can get stuck. So, you know, something like this where they can just fly up and come over here. There we go. And then you can grab dirt, clay, the blocks that you're digging up. You know, oh, hey, look, a worm. Oh, I can't get it. Oh, I killed it by accident. Okay, anyway. And you want to build it, I don't know, about 15 blocks wide or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be exact. It can be, you know, just as long as there is enough coverage for the lava. And all right, since we got obsidian ebon stone here, we can just bring this down. There we go. Make that nice and smooth over. Oh, hello. And then we just want to take some of our dirt that we got and come across here. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. As you can see, this setup right here will work just fine. You take one of your buckets of lava and dump it in. As you can see, the lava separates and it expands, and it's shallow enough that it will not destroy items, but it's not deep enough, or it's shallow enough to still hurt them and not destroy the items. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Where it's like if the items do drop, they're not going to get destroyed, but it's still enough to where it can actually destroy or hurt the enemies. And then you can set yourself up if you wanted to get really fancy. Even still, you could, you know, replace those blocks, or you can make a door to get in and out of the trap, like so. Or you can set up some type of switch with a lever with some actuators, and then you flip the switch, the door, you know, the blocks open, and you get in the trap, you switch it back up, and voila, you got your trap. But basically what you want to do is now that you've got this basic set up, you want to get this, and then you want to block them from being able to get out. So like something like this, 1 block wide will work. But you can get, sometimes they'll hover over this way, so if you need to, you can, you know, block it off. Because in the corrupted biome, it's relatively difficult because they get stuck in these holes. But as you can see, if he will actually cooperate properly, you can bring him over here, if he'll come over here. Yeah, he's not wanting, oh, well, maybe. Come straight down. There you go. See? He just got caught on fire with the lava. But he did fly out. So it's kind of hard with the corruptors and everything. But while you are in the corruption biome, anything that gets into this trap is liable for dropping the corrupted key. Which is awesome. It doesn't necessarily have to be the eater of these eater corruptor guys, or eater of souls, or any of those. So that's really good. Just as long as you're in the biome, you have the chance to get the drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of this dirt that I got. Oh, if this thing would cooperate. There we go. Get away from me. Yep, there goes the slime. Oh, get in the trap. Close the door. Oh wow, those slimes actually phase through the blocks. But what you can do is you can actually just sit here. And they'll just kill themselves on the lava. And it's basically an AFK farm. As you can see, you're getting all the drops from it. If you want to set this up a little bit more complex, more than what it already is, you can go in here and get yourself... Oh, there's the worm. Oh, hey, give me that vitamins. That's one of the things I need for my Ankh shield. Alright, hopefully they'll stay away from me enough to where I can keep them from spawning over there, or keep them from getting all the way down here. Just take a little bit of damage, but that's okay. There we go. Block this off. Now, yeah, I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking, well, how do I get down there now? Well, basically what you'll have to do is you'll have to break your way through like this, and then place the blocks back. So now, and normally what I do is I normally don't set them up in these types of areas. I try to set it up in as much flat land as physically possible, where there's no caves or anything like that. And as you can see, these guys are just flying all around and doing their little business and whatever. But it still works. It still works. I mean, it's a semi-AFK farm. You can do something more elaborate to make it, you know, fully AFK. But this is the way I do it, and I like to micromanage my traps. I may, you know, get up and go get something to drink or do something else. But as long as you stand here, everything should work out okay. But now this trap's done. I can actually go to a different biome. See if I can get this guy to come down. There we go. But see, that's the bad thing about these corruptor guys, is they have a tendency to fly out of the trap. And you have to worry about these worms. Oh, hello. Didn't know Nimbus could spawn down here. There we go. What's in here? Nothing worth mentioning. Nothing to write home about. But eventually, you keep trying, you keep killing stuff in the corruption, and the corruption key mold, or the corruption key, and they keep switching it back and forth. It used to be the key, and then it changed it to a mold, and then you switched it back to a key, and yeah, it's just back and forth, back and forth. But I think right now it is actually a key. So once you get the key, you just go open the chest. So, and that's basically any biome you got. You got the corruption biome, you've got the ice biome, you've got the jungle biome, and I think that's it. I mean, there is a crimson chest in the dungeon, but you can't get the crimson key unless you're in, or I mean, I guess if the world starts with corruption, there's a corruption chest. But I have seen worlds where it started with corruption, but the crimson chest was in the dungeon. So you just have to make, you know, go back and forth to make sure that you get the right key for the right chest. And if you do happen to get a crimson chest, crimson chest in your dungeon, you just have to make a world that you can have the crimson or the corruption or crimson. I'll get it right here in a second. You get the crimson and just farm the key the same way. Some people may think that there's a better way for the trap, and there are probably better traps than the one that I just demonstrated here today. But that's what I normally use to get my keys. Either that or just sit there with a water candle and just fight. I mean, that's an option as well. So we got our vitamins. That's good. That's good. Let's actually take the vitamins to the guide and see if we have what we need now. We need the armor polish. Okay, the armor polish we get in the dungeon. So we will have to take a trip to the dungeon again. Hopefully we can get some better items before then and now. But yeah, that's my traps. If you want me to show how I do it in each biome, it's basically the same as I just set it up over here. But the ones in the other biomes are usually better suited because creatures don't really jump that high or they don't fly, whereas the ones in the corruption, they're really, really nasty, and it's really, really hard to keep track of them. What I was thinking, when I got interrupted earlier, I was looking for my water candles. Do I have any water candles in here? If there are, I'm blind, so let's check our... yeah, there's my water candles. So let's grab this again. Put it back in our little piggy. I will have to say, that is one of the best ways to get loot, especially when you want to make sure that you have ample amount of space, because you can carry pretty much double items, or have 2 chests along with you anywhere you go. You have a piggy bank inside of a chest, a piggy bank inside of a safe, or the safe inside of a piggy bank. Either way works. Alright, so we get down here and just make yourself a little platform. I happen to have some rich mahogany from when we was doing the arena for the jungle. You just place your little platform down, place your little water candle on it, and you get the water candle buff, or debuff. Yeah, it's considered a debuff. It increases the spawn rate of monsters. And then you just basically just stand here and either fight them or whatever. But anyway, that's how I do my farms. And it's basically the same for all biomes. So, if you have any other... Oh, hey. I didn't know you can open doors. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to try my best between this episode and next to try to get at least one of the keys. And I'm thinking the key that we need is the jungle key. So I may go set this up in the jungle. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, see you later. Get away from me, slimes. I banished thee. Oh, look. Blindfold. Nice. I could go sell that. I got a whole bunch of blindfolds. Hopefully I can get a key. Good. The loot didn't disappear, because it's not deep enough to cause it to do it. Anyway, see ya. I want to jump in right here. I realized that after the end of this episode, or at the end of the recording, that there was a flaw in my plan. I actually built it in a place where the corruption actually existed. Well, now that now that my world is in hard mode, probably the better place to build a farm for the corruption key is in a corrupted desert. Because there's rarely any missing blocks or like hollowed out areas, other than the expected big area right here in the middle. But if you could build it or get it to an area where there's off to the side where all the spawns can actually come to where you're at, building in the desert is probably the best way to farm the key. Just so you know, find yourself a desert and build the little farm. and you got it going on. And as you can see here, even without the farm, I'm just sitting here with my gun in the corrupted desert, killing all the things that I possibly can, and I got myself a corruption key. So, I mean, they are rare, but with a little bit of determination, you can get basically all the keys you need.